Who is like my God? Born of a virgin birth, fully God and fully man, he walked this earth. Blameless from head to toe, but for me, he won it all. Tell me, have you ever seen man with his arms stretched out wide, blood streaming down from his pierced sides and still be victorious? You see, on that cross, he was supposedly at his weakest. But on that cross is where you grow to know the real power of the name Jesus. That name above all other name, the name that makes every knee bow and every tongue confess, the sweetest name that I have ever known, the only name to ever caress my soul, that name Jesus. That name Jesus. That calms the storm, that name Jesus. The only name to ever caress my soul, that name Jesus. Who speaks calm to the storm, that name Jesus. Who commands the mountains to move, that name Jesus. Emmanuel, Elohim, El Shaddai, the rock of ages, the lily of the valley and the God who never changes. Abba Father, my Redeemer, my rock and the Lion of Judah, Prince of Peace, the God who saves, eternal Father, and the Ancient of Days. Tell me, who is like my God? For once you have tasted and seen, it is impossible to deny such a blessing as this. To be born a sinner, but die righteous. For you see, all are falling short of his glory and are undeserving of his love. But the silver lining of the good news is that salvation is free and Christ is more than enough. So the times that I fall short, I remember that my God saves. He has a love that is as vast as the ocean, the wind, and the waves. And the times that I forget who I am, I remember that he called me by name, knows every hair on my head and flaw in my flesh, but still loves me the same. And the times that the world tries to tell me that he's not the way, I remember that I know too much about him to be led astray. That there is no praising in the graveyard, so while I am living, let me praise his name. I know that he has healed the sick and he has made the blind see. I know that he shows grace to the undeserving and favor to who he pleases. I know he is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. The Son of Man who knew no sin and the one who calls me friend. I know he's the greatest that has ever done it and the greatest that will ever do it, who did it, died and resurrected, the only one to change the game and made it so that we are no longer afraid of the grave. I know. I know that my God is a God who loves. Because when I was deep in sin, he didn't hide his face. Instead, he stood with his arms stretched out wide, saying, I have given you this much grace to cover this much shame. So when you feel your pain in bucket loads, just know that my love surrounds you like an ocean. And when you feel like there is no one there to hear your cry, just know that my ears are fine-tuned to pick up the sound of your voice. And when loneliness creeps in and you feel like you are all alone, remember that I called you and I know you and in me you have a home. You see, this is God in his holy habitat. God's ability to be God doesn't change because of our circumstance. God's ability to be God remains throughout every single circumstance. So when my joy turns to weeping, I'll still get down on my knees and exalt him because he is. Simply because he is. And so I will praise you when I am weak, and I will praise you when I am strong. I will praise you when things go right, and I will praise you when things go wrong. I will praise you when I am certain, and I'll praise you in all of my questioning. From now until death, Lord, I'll praise you with every breath. Because my faith in you trumps the fear that surrounds me. My knowledge of you tells me that you don't waver or falter. So when the boat shakes and you call me out into the water, and everything in me wants to look down and question how I'm still afloat, a still small voice whispers that no child of mine ever has to walk alone. That where you feel fear, I have given you faith. And where you lack, I have given grace. And even though you don't know how you come out on the other side, it's all right. Have you not heard that I am a way maker? Where the world stops you and says, no, I say enter. I am a miracle worker. Where everything seems impossible, it is possible with I. Where everything seems impossible, it is possible with I am a provider. I provide for your needs when you need them. I am not lukewarm. I am firm on my word, and I love beyond love. I have laid to rest every single burden and worry you will ever have. Because that is who I am. Amen.